What the hell is Sauce Sports or whatever that last call was talking about? What the hell is that?
Guys are from Free Love, man.
All righty. Give me just a moment because apparently I have discombobulated the whole sauce system. But I ain't gonna hold you. That was a great game, man. As usual, the Texans' emotional roller coaster. It would not be a Texans victory without it, right? Give me just a moment. Hold on one moment. Let me see what's going on. Anyway, fuck it. I'm tired, so I ain't even gonna try to fix everything. It just is what it is. I'll just give y'all a bunch of sauce tomorrow. Welcome to Sauce Sports. If you're not familiar with Sauce Sports is a Houston, Texas homer network. We talking all sports, but mostly Houston. I'm your host, Ed Honcho, man. I hope everybody here is in a good mood and that it was worth it for you to stay up late to watch this prime time game. It's 10 o'clock. This is late as hell for me. I'm old. Shit. Like, back in my younger days, this would just be when the night is getting started. I'm ready to take a nap. Like, I seriously need to take a nap. But I'm ready to go to sleep and enjoy that. So let's see what we got joining us in the conversation. Like I said, I ain't gonna hold y'all. We're gonna make it real quick. We're gonna just talk about a couple of good things, good, the bad, the ugly. Because again, it was a good victory, great victory. Everything given, right? Everything with the Chiefs, our recent history with the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, the whole W34 thing, it's just a lot, right? There's a lot of little ties to it. Now, they may not see it the same way as we do because if you always spanking somebody, you really don't give a fuck. Like, that's like us giving a fuck what Jags fans think or Titans fans think. You know what I mean? Like, we consistently spank you. So why would we give a fuck about your opinion on what's going on, right? So we're not going to look at it the same way. We're not going to look at it the same way as, the losing side. So we're going to keep that in mind when we talk about it. L. Heist, what's the motherfucking deal? Steven, that's the motherfucking deal. Big DQ, Gilmore, let me see. D, Jabari, let me see. Purple Drink, Lawnmower Man, 42 Killer, let me see. D Love, let me see. Extra Gamester. I'm sorry, I can't see. I probably need some goddamn glasses too. Let me see. What's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Professor Trill. Hey, everybody, it's Professor Trill. What's the motherfucking deal? 335. You already know what it is. Even though you can't see it, you know the 335. Peace. What's up to 335? Shout out to 335. HT Jason, good to see you, man. How are you, just Mr. HT Jason? T Real, what's the motherfucking deal? Astro Rocket Texan. Man, look. Why said something we were watching the game in the Discord that made me think about something, and we're gonna talk about that. JJ Sugar, let me see. I'm with the shit. Let me see. What's the motherfucking deal? H-Town Tony, what's the motherfucking deal? Cruz, what's the motherfucking deal? El Lobo, Vince, what's the motherfucking deal? Texan Boy, Trippy, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Diesel, 22. What? Is that Brickva? Brickva, is that you, sir? Oh, yeah, your boy Davis Mills saved the season, sir. So I shall not beef with you anymore until, unless that nigga go to another team or, we'll see what happens next season. You got it for the rest of the season. You good. Life of Kobe, what's the motherfucking deal? So Militant Mill. So here's the deal though, right? See, and that was cool. Like when I was sitting down the whole game, I'd cut the fan off because I didn't want it blowing and making it all it got hot again. So here's the deal, right? Why I said something in the chat when it was probably about 10-10, and it was a little concerning when you just kind of, you weren't like, as long as you have this Houston Texans defense, you're not worried, right? You're disappointed, like if something happens, right? You're not like, you don't expect anybody just to come run, pass all over us, run all over us, like anything like that. You're gonna be disappointed if a play happens because that should not happen. Like we're too good on defense to let the bullshit happen. But why I said the thing was that, you know what I'm saying, we're putting too much on the defense. And it's true. Because let's be honest, until, later in the game, what happened to start? The second half, you started, first 8 or 9 passes in the second half? No connections? And, that wasn't all on receivers not catching ball. I mean, a lot of those were overthrows, right? It's concerning that this late in the season and given all the things that have taken place, that this offense is still as inefficient as it can appear to be sometimes, right? Communication, that play between CJ and Kirk, that's chemistry. You know what I mean? And that's one of those things that we work together. We have an understanding of one another. And I know that there was a lot of practice time missed early on in the season, and then by the time the season got started, you get hurt. So that's where that chemistry doesn't get built. That understanding of what the quarterback likes or how the receiver likes to run a route. Those things don't get conveyed to one another, right? And so you're leaving points on the field, right? Like at this point, there's no reason that should have been easy money. That really should have been easy money. Like that, there's no reason that that play should have occurred the way that it did, right? I mean, that motherfucker was wide ass open. So it's like, I got concerns, right? I mean, it's I don't want to condemn CJ, and I don't know what the stat line is. I don't be caring about stat. Like to me, I care what the visual that's presented, right? Because that's what you tune into the game. Well, the numbers help. The numbers help you, give you a story to tell, but the numbers don't occur without the action on the field. The numbers come after. You know what I'm saying? They tell the story of what happened. So that's why I don't care about stats that much, because they don't predict things, right? They give you an idea, but they're not really predicting. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of a suggestion. So I don't want to get statistically all technical. I'm not going to be a stat sexual about it, but CJ left some things out on the field today. And I said in the pregame that what he needed to do today was he needed to be light-skinned CJ, right? Like he hasn't been balling like he was when we used to call him light-skinned CJ whenever he was when he first came into the league, and people were upset. Why are you talking about his skin color? That's racist. Look, Karen, stay your ass. I really had people complain about me calling the nigga light-skinned CJ. So I don't, it is what it is. I didn't, I'm not even gonna get into it. Anyway, and he started off, he was looking a little light-skinned, but then it seemed like as the game started to go on, he got darker by the moment. Like he just that nigga turned into a nigga that wear fucking all black Air Force Ones. Like he got real dark skin real quick. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't pretty, but I was concerned too when he took that hit. I mean, it was basically a free rush to his ass. And they didn't do too much passing after that, right? There wasn't a lot of passing happening after that occurred. I didn't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything to jinx it. We're all superstitious. We were talking about that in the thing. But I had concerns. Maybe that was the reason why they weren't passing them motherfuckers much. Higgins, that's what I was saying during the game. Like, here, let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Good is we won. We finally beat the Chiefs. We finally overcame that hurdle that the Texans have needed to overcome in a meaningful game, right? There's times you can win, but it's not meaningful, or it doesn't really hold weight. Like we're talking about your playoff life on the line And they're fighting for something too because their playoff life is on the line. They're down to like, 12, 13% now because of the loss. So, they're fighting for everything they got. And so we kind of had our moment that we never got with the Patriots, which was that, that actually beating Tom Brady in a meaningful game moment, right? So we got that because this right now, everything you're doing at this point, like I said the other day, is the playoffs, right? They were like, this is all the playoffs, right? So, oh man, let's talk about it too. Let's talk about it. The good. I'm old school, baby. That fucking hit from Petrie made me very excited, right? I don't know, like y'all might not have had old school football coaches like I did, right? I know y'all gonna be like, pause, Honcho, when I say what I'm finna say, right? But this is like kind of, the toxic masculine, whatever y'all want to call the shit back in the day. When niggas was real, when we could keep it real. Can we keep it real in the sauce for me? If we can keep it real in the sauce, can I get a 1? If we can't keep it real in the sauce, drop a 0. Let me know if y'all alive in this motherfucker, right? Back in the day, and this is a long time ago. I'm showing my age. Y'all might have heard this. Y'all might not have. When you used to make big hits on the field before CTE was the discussion, before concussion, when you used to get a concussion and go right back in the game back in the day, that type of thing. And we know better now. But when you used to hit a motherfucker and lay them out, like, it was called decleating. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of decleating. I don't know if you've ever decleated someone, right? I don't fight MMA, martial arts. I'm not into that kind of thing. I used to play ball a long time ago. But let me tell you something. And I don't know if y'all have ever played ball on whatever level you may or may not have played on. There's no better feeling than to decleat a motherfucker, right? Like, to take another human being of your equal, right? So if you're a grown man or whatever it may be, and to remove him from his foundation, the 10 toes that he has in the fucking ground. Yeah, so that's not the first one I've heard to say the CJ Geno allegations, right? To decleat a motherfucker was a feeling. It was a feeling of power, right? Like you felt the testosterone pouring through your veins, right? Like you decleat a motherfucker, it felt good. Petrie decleated a motherfucker. Like Petrie, look, that nigga needs to go in a concussion protocol. Not Petrie, the nigga he hit. I don't care what that was not a normal fall. That motherfucker fell like in 3 different ways. It looked like he glitched out while he was on the ground and everything. Like, man, like, yeah, but that's what it was. And that hit did, because again, defense, you need those little symbolic things to fire you. Take them little small wins. You know what I'm saying? That tackle for a loss, that turnover. And then look, Lassiter wearing the number 4 is the perfect number for him, because that motherfucker pulls up when it's clutch time in the 4th quarter and makes fucking play. That motherfucker was the entire 4th quarter, right? Like, that motherfucker was the entire 4th quarter. Lassiter was everywhere. Even on that sack he almost had, even though he was like half a second too late. Half a second too late. Charles, what's the motherfucking deal? David Beats, what's the motherfucking deal? Again, y'all know if I missed you, I ain't dish you. Gerardo's, Reese Cruz, what's the motherfucking deal? Hugh Family, what's the motherfucking deal? Yeah, and this is what happens when you play the Chiefs without the referees, right? Even though there were a couple of questionable calls, we're not gonna make a huge deal about it, right? And we can talk about injuries and all that. No excuses. Those men get paid to play the game. Like, and it was crazy because the tackle, their tackle went out like what, the first play of the game? Like, that was wild, right? That was super wild. So again, good. Texans got the win. Good. You saw some great play. Good. You saw some flashes from CJ though. If CJ could consistently put together some of the throws that he made today, a couple of them that he made to Higgins, he put some. I'm trying to keep myself be too sweaty, this motherfucker. He put the one to Higgins. He put that bitch in a window. Like, again, like, he made some plays. But it's just like, then he didn't make some play. He left a lot on the field. That play that Azeez made on Kelsey. Those are the kinds of plays that great defenses make. Like that's not a everyday kind of interception. You know, most of your average defense, a so-so to not great. That's just the incomplete, right? A defense that's hungry and wants something, is going for something, trying to be great. That is a play that you get from a defense like that. The motherfuckers want to make plays. They want to play until the fucking whistle blows, right? And that's what I fucking love about this defense. I'm old, like I said, I'm old school, man. I fell in love with the game of football when it was probably a lot less good for your health, right? It was probably not that great for your health, right? So, you know, it is what it is. But all I'm saying is, the defense came out and made some excellent plays today. Lassiter made the pick, the fucking Z's pick, fucking the hit Petrie had. Like I said, were we missing Tim Settle that bad? Is that watch the field? What's the motherfucking deal? Texas for life. What's the motherfucking deal? But it wasn't even about the separate. It was a lot of plays that were just he threw a lot of passes that were just uncatchable. Right? He threw a lot of them that were just, and again, I know he's a little off schedule. Chris Jones was eating. You know what I'm saying? Chris Jones was a fucking nuisance. Right? Exactly. The fucking I hate that. That's so crazy. Like Stingley and playing today, you never hear from this motherfucker. Unless it's very good or very bad, right? But anyway, so I want to know real quick, drop it in the chat. What was your play of the game? See, the system ain't working, the shit ain't working. I had a whole little setup for all this, but I'm honest, I'm too tired to even fuck with it right now. But we will be rocking live throughout the week. Same sauce time, same sauce channel on the daily, because I got more things to, like I said, to start bringing. So make sure you tuned in. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Those of you who are coming back to the sauce, like, hey, this fucking channel still exists. I'm just as surprised as you are that it does, right? So since we're all surprised here, hit that like button and get back with the sauce family, baby. You know what I'm saying? And here's the crazy shit, bro. Let me tell you the craziest fucking thing. And this is why I say, like, people always, oh, you guys from that sauce think they start everything. They think they know everything. They think they just got the whole game figured out. The kings, they must have invented football. Like, you know, I'm not a person trying to take credit for shit I ain't fucking do. That's weird, right? That's a weird behavior. But I'm a person that is going to give credit where credit is due. I don't know who all it was, but plays were getting called in the Discord, like, and they were having I want to say the pick happened. It was a screen they ran that Wise called. It was like a bunch, and it was really crazy because we're watching the game, and it's like literally calling that shit, and that shit is what's fucking happening. Trust me, we're not watching on the late feed. We're watching on the up-to-date feed this time. We finally got that figured out. But it was crazy, man. You say the Lassiter pass. Oh man, I forgot about. That dude Lassiter is a fucking animal. Like Lassiter, I tell y'all, like I told you, I think Lassiter has the potential to have some Aaron Hernandez-like traits, right? And I'm not knocking it. You know, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You need all types of different people to do different types of work. But I think he's a lunatic. I think he's a real crazy person. But like a controlled crazy person. You know what I'm saying? Like, and those are the most dangerous people. Like a person that knows that they're psycho and and they funnel it into a particular task or focus. Those are very dangerous people. That motherfucking play, like, because of everything else that happened, it almost seemed inconsequential, but it was a huge fucking play because you're talking about, you're changing the entire dynamic of the game. And that's where the concern comes back to. We're talking about the good, bad, ugly. The consistency from this offense to move the ball, right? We had some very fortunate things go our way today. Like I said, the refs decided that they didn't want to fuck us over today. So that's excuse me. Didn't expect to hear like that. The refs decided not to fuck us over today. The missed field goal. The missed field goal was called in the fucking Discord. I try to make too many noise beyond you. God damn, I thought I came here to hear somebody talk about the Texans, not goddamn get cough in my goddamn ear. No, yeah, it was. That shit was loud as shit, bro. Like it was like I said, that's when you knew like the football gods have decided that I'm not gonna say it, right? But the Texans may be the TOD this year, right? And I know usually that's like a college thing because we all know that the NFL is scripted. And you know, we already know how that goes, but we're still watching anyway because we're all crazy. We're all psychos. But the Texans may be the TOD this year, right? They may be the team of destiny because they let me stop. No, I'm gonna stop and take that back because that contradicts what I was saying earlier. This excuse me. This fucking the offense is they have to get some form of consistency, right? Like something has to get going. And I know you say, oh, they put 20 on the board. Yeah. But with what you have, the weapons you have, if utilized properly, you should be putting 30. I won't say you should be averaging 30, but you should be getting closer to 30 points a game more than struggling to get to 20 points a game. You know what I'm saying? You see, after he got hit hard in the fourth quarter and knocked him back to his senses, it recalibrated the concussion. That's what happened. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was. You say he went to the all-white party. Oh, shit. Not the Diddy party. You talking about the Diddy party? Is the Diddy party the all-white party? Look, I don't know what y'all young folks be up to. Y'all be on some new stuff. I hope you ain't talking about the Diddy party. Because that's the only part I know about the all-white shit. I know everybody been talking about that goddamn documentary. Stop watching that shit, y'all. Y'all go get a hobby. Go learn to play some frisbee golf or some shit. Like, stop watching them goddamn documentaries. Yeah, but that defense feeds off each other, and you love it. Like you see it. Everybody celebrates when somebody makes plays. You know, again, that swarm is the ideal word to describe what they do. You saw even what's his name? Who was it? Trying to get feisty out there. Man, as a matter of fact, that should have been a flag on Kelsey. Whose fucking helmet was he grabbing after the fucking whistle? Because he was mad, he was frustrated. Kelsey was very frustrated this game, extremely frustrated this game, right? So, you say when he was there for the rookie year? No, I haven't seen it. And like, y'all don't understand something. Like, I don't always get into like the ancillary stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the game because I don't be trying to get into too much political shit and too much extra shit. And I like the game. I want the product that's on the field. So a lot of times I don't be catching a lot of what's the motherfuckers called? Like the I'm calling on announcements like I'm back in school and shit. I'm telling you, I'm tired. I'm finna go to sleep. Press conferences and shit like that. Like, so I don't even know what the fuck be going on. Like, I'll catch the social media stuff every now and then, like when I'm active on there or something like that. But no, I don't know what pictures happen. It said I would have paid to have pictures this week. Man, look. All I know is moving forward, I think this was a supreme victory, like on some Killer Instinct shit. This was a supreme victory for us because of two things, right? There's two things you got to look at right here. This was a mental victory, right? Especially for CJ. You came in, you beat one of the GOATs, right? You came in, you got that under your belt. You got you a win, in a tough situation and questionable weather, even though you didn't play, perfectly. There's some things I'm pretty sure he would like to have back. He didn't play so bad that he played us out the game or anything like that. But you saw him, doing a little more things with his legs, extending the pocket. Like, you saw some interesting things today. No. Absolutely do not miss the booty betty. But if we're gonna be real, it was one of them plays. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest about it. I was one of them plays CJ kind of extended late in the game. And I forgot who it was. I think it was when Chris Jones tried to get him, right? And then he ended up falling. And I was just thinking, I was like, man, I ain't gonna lie. If that was Deshaun, that play would have been a lot more flashy. You know what I mean? It may have got the same end result. You know what I'm saying? It might have got the same end result, but probably who is this? Who is this B Brooks at their Gmail? Change your name, sir. But like I said, you know, you probably got the same end result, but it was just like, you know, there's different things. There's things there that are you just kind of wonder. Oh, it was that play too that he made to Nico, right? Like I don't know. Like I didn't look at the draft boards and all of the extra shit. Like I don't know what his arm strength is, but like it you know, with all the bootlegs they read today, it had me reminiscent of that old Kubiak offense. You know what I mean? And it had me reminiscent of all the times Matt Schaub fucking underthrew Andre Johnson. You know, when he had wide open, easy money touchdowns. But for some reason, I guess Matt Schaub just didn't have the arm strength to lead Johnson with the pass. And, you know, I see Dre have to kind of ease up, kind of slow up, catch that bitch and end up getting tackled or something like that. Similar to what happened today with Nico. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of those situations where there's a couple of things with CJ as a quarterback right now that are left to be desired, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, in my opinion. But it's not that he's incompetent, but it's because we saw so much from him his rookie year, and right now it feels like regression. I know it's a new offense, so we got to give it time. It looks like he's getting more comfortable into it. You know, it looks like, you know, maybe he's picking things up. But, you know, and that's relying too much on the stats. We're getting the results we want, which is wins, right? I said earlier, like all he has to do is be a Trent Dilfer. As long as he can do that, I don't know about Woody Marsh being Lewis, but we'll figure that all out. So here's the deal, right? I want to go live, like I said, because I said I would. Maybe I did, I don't know. But my ass is tired, right? And so we're gonna rock tomorrow. We may have a sauce line open tomorrow. But we're gonna do a couple of different things, just talk about a few things. But yeah, we'll go sleep. But I appreciate y'all for pulling up. What you said, T-Dot? TD ain't read what you said, nigga. TD, nigga, you popped into the thing and then left out. You ain't even say nothing. So I'm surprised you ain't saying nothing and jump into a conversation. Hold on. Yeah, TD, hold on. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, strength, arm strength, and accuracy are coming into question because I think about that play. Who was that? Was that against Indy? I'll tell you, my memory is bad. I probably got fucking CT. I'm probably Antonio Brown, this motherfucker myself. When they kind of went for the Hail Mary, it was last week, when they went for the Hail Mary, right? And it was just kind of, it was a little shy. It was a little short of the end zone, right? It was a little short of oh, you know what? I probably had to, you probably in there, but I got to change your, I got to fix your roll. My bad. I got to fix your roll. My fault. No, you got to shoot a nigga message. But yeah, man. So there's some little concerns, but again, as long as he can play well enough to not turn the ball over, I would like to see more points on the board. You know, anyway, we can win with this defense, but this offense right now is inconsistent enough to be a liability that makes this defense struggle. I mean, have to work harder than they should. Like, again, like if you're going 3 and out and the defense just had to, you know, kind of sustain a long drive or, you know, and that's on them because the defense's job is to go 3 and out. But again, you're talking about Patty Mahomes. You're talking about one of the greats. If you feel that way, I don't personally, but hey, it is what it is. And the Kansas City Chiefs and, you know, Chiefs, whatever you want to call them. You got to get a rest. And you're going, you know, 3 and out on multiple drives back to back to back. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You cannot do that. Was it? I think it was some good play calling. I think there was more on the execution end of the concern today than the play calling. But like I said, man, right, I'm telling you, man, look, I'm trying to tell you, it's some things to talk about. It's a lot to talk about with CJ. But like I said, man, I am tired, but I did say I was going to jump in and go live. Just to let you know we back there. We are going to be consistently rocking. But here's the deal, right? Tomorrow, 6, we will be live. Catch me then. Sauce Nation, you know I fucks with y'all. But yeah, it was a great win by the Texans. But I'm going to give me a great win and get some sleep. So I fucks with y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all take care of yourself. I expect to see you here mañana. So we can talk more Texans in a sensible, not fatigued fashion. But with that being said, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. But most of all, y'all stay saucy. I am out. Adios, amigos. Don't call ice on me. Regular ice, frozen ice, vanilla ice, none of that.